Hey Erica, it's David here. Week 2 comments on the two assignments. First is the comparison of two models of needs assessment, and you compared a process of two counties, and the second the needs assessment used by your non-profit. So I like the sort of thoughtful approach to the comparison of the two counties. Um, I was thinking that you would be using a sort of one of the models that I pointed to rather than a particular specific example or practical application of them. Um, but that's okay. It would be nice if you could try to, for all your work, if you could try to link the practical examples back to some of the readings, yeah, tools, just so I can kind of be confident that you're kind of getting the connection between the applied and the theoretical sort of thing, as it were. But I think you do get that. So it seems that the basics, I think for the Ottawa County, they sort of have a pretty common approach, which is um, use data where you can on service usage, and that's an indication of need, but not the same thing, and that's a kind of a really critical point I want to stress. The Then there are community interviews that provide more in-depth data, but there's no prioritization. And that I think is probably pretty common actually. Um, uh, Obviously, in sort of the real world, I'd like you to kind of get into more detailed, um, specifics of kind of the needs assessment, and in your alcohol and drug services non-profit, the more you can do that, the better. I think the richer it is. Um, because again, it was thoughtful, and you answered the questions. There's little information on the on exactly kind of how they do assess need. Um, you mentioned that there's not a lot of data at hand, and I can understand that. So what do they do instead? Do they sit there and wait for the problems to come to them? Uh, um, People coming through the door. Do they keep? Are they in regular contact with other medical providers and referrals? Are they basically sort of passive kind of referrals? Are they active? Are they going out and trying to sort of understand the depth of the problem? Um, um, the needs that they're trying to assess? Do they uh, do they stick to the substance misuse? Are they limited in that, or are they linked in with sort of some of the other issues that may be related, such as housing, employment, and things like that? Um, so I think my advice for your final paper is to be a little bit more structured, or to present a bit more structure about the needs. Here are the mechanisms that they use. Here's what they're trying to do. Um, Here's the needs that they consider. Um, just so you can kind of get a sort of a full picture of how they might use the whole of the PDCA cycle. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Uh, but anyway, if not, but it would be good to touch base with you anyway, if you get a chance. I'll be around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I'm off in Costa Rica for a couple of weeks, but I'll send an email about that. Anyway, that's all for now. All right. Hope you have a good week. Bye.